6:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Sounditavam. The government says that it is prepared to face any disaster caused due to the cyclonic storm. Relevant sectors informed to take measures to minimize damage. The three armed forces are on standby to take immediate steps in the event of a disaster. The Burevi cyclonic storm is expected to make landfall through the northeast tonight. In foreign news, COVID Pfizer vaccine approved for use next week in the UK. And in sports cricket, India wins the third one-day international against Australia. The government says that several measures have been taken to face any disaster situation. Steps have been taken to take precautionary measures at district and regional levels. People have been informed through district and divisional secretaries of the districts that can be affected. The fisheries community has been informed not to engage in fishing activities off the eastern coast. Fisheries communities have been evacuated from the coasts of risky districts. The relevant authorities have been informed to restore infrastructure that could be damaged within 24 hours. People in areas prone to sudden floods will be relocated to safer areas. The government says that funds have been provided already to the district secretaries to provide essential services to the people who may get affected. The Anuradhapura District Secretary R.M. Vanninayaka said that they are prepared to face any situation. The Trincomalee District Secretary Saman Dashana Panditakorala said that the people in dangerous areas have been evacuated. District Secretary Rupavati Kadiswaran said that 41 individuals belonging to 10 families in the Kilinochchi district have been affected. 9 houses have been partially damaged. She said that the District Disaster Management Unit is collecting the information. Defence Secretary Kamal Gunaratne said that they are prepared to face any disaster situation. The armed forces are on standby to face any disaster that could occur due to the Burevi cyclonic storm. Special rescue and relief teams have been arranged. The army forces said that necessary support will be given according to the request of the Disaster Management Centre. The Navy media spokesman, Captain Indika De Silva, said that 28 relief teams have been stationed at the eastern, north central and Thalaimannar Navy camps. The Navy is prepared to deploy more teams according to the needs. Air Force spokesman, Group Captain Dushan Vijayasinghe said that rescue teams and aircraft have been arranged. Aircraft and helicopters are on standby at the Anuradhapura and Hinguragoda Air Force camps. Apart from that, light aircraft and helicopters are on standby at the Ratmalana Air Force camp. Army media spokesman Brigadier Chandana Wickramasinghe said that the Army is prepared to face any situation. He said that necessary measures will be taken with the coordination of the district and divisional secretaries. The district secretaries of Jaffna, Batticaloa, Trincomalee, Mullaitivu and Mannar conducted special meetings to discuss emergency response in the event of inclement weather. Officials from the relevant state, departments and statutory boards, including the disaster management centres, attended the meetings along with the police and the security forces. The district secretary of the Trincomalee district, Saman Dashana Panditakorala, said that they have sought the assistance to move the vulnerable communities to safer places. He said that a total of 237 facilities are ready to provide temporary shelter. The Jaffna District Secretary Kanavadipille Mahesan said that a total of 240 centres have been established to provide temporary shelter. Those who would be affected by the inclement weather would be placed in shelters in accordance with proper quarantine rules. Essential services will be continued without any interruption, and measures will be taken to restore any power and water connections. The Secretary said that the Tri-Forces, along with the police, are coordinating efforts to ensure the safety of the public. Commenting on the progress of the efforts, the Batticaloa District Secretary K. Karunagaran said the committees of the divisional secretariats are vigilant to coordinate early warning, search and rescue, relief and safety measures. The Mannar District Secretary Nandini Stanley Dimel told the SLBC that 3 schools are ready to accommodate the displaced persons. Up to now, members of 6 families in the Mante West Divisional Secretary Division are taking shelter at temporary facilities. The District Secretary of Mullaitivu, K. Vimalanandan, said that around 440 families in the Karai-Thuraipatta Divisional Secretary Division are considered as vulnerable. The District Secretary said that measures have been taken to relocate them to temporary facilities. Measures are ready to provide them with cooked meals. All fishing vessels have been brought 100 meters away from the coast. The Director General of the Met Department, Atula Karunanayaka, says that they expect the Buravi cyclonic storm to make landfall between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. He said that it will enter the country through the Trincomalee and Mullaitivu districts. He added that cyclonic storm will move out tomorrow morning and a dangerous situation can prevail on the coast of the western and southern provinces. The Director General of the Government Information, Nalaka Kaluveva, requested the public not to be misled by rumours. He said that the government has taken all measures to keep the public informed. Therefore, he requested the public to pay attention to statements issued by the media. The Deputy Director of the District Disaster Management Unit, Ranjit Alaperumas, said that the Valapattava area in Nuwara, Valapane and Padiyapellala Road was temporarily closed due to the prevailing situation. He said that although there is rain in many places in the Nuwara district, no disaster has been reported so far. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, protecting you who drives our nation forward.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the government accepts the challenge of strengthening the economy of the country by introducing new strategies. The Prime Minister emphasised that the government and the private sector should jointly manage challenges during the next decisive few years. The Prime Minister mentioned this by joining the Sri Lanka Economic Summit 2020 over video technology organised by the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. Minister S.M. Chandrasena said that the previous government destroyed the economy of the country by importing grains that could be cultivated in the country. The minister said that the groups that destroyed the local economy are presently trying to mislead the people. He was speaking during a media briefing today at the Sri Lanka Podujana Perumana Party headquarters. That's local news.
Every morning, my drive is not just to work. I'm driving my nation's progress.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, an exclusive motor insurance designed for you. Up to 75,000 rupees worth instant claim settlements within 3 working hours. Call and move facility, 24/7 roadside assistance, and accommodation cost reimbursements at an accident. Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus Ladies Only, protecting you who drives our nation forward.
Only from Sri Lanka Insurance.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The government has directed relevant authorities to take necessary measures to minimize the damages caused by cyclonic storm Buravi, which is set to make landfall in Sri Lanka tonight. The Department of Meteorology has warned that the cyclone is expected to blow across the eastern coast of Sri Lanka between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight. Accordingly, the Director General of the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources has directed all district assistant directors and divisional fisheries officers to notify all vessel owners to move boats harboured at boatyards and on beaches further into land areas. In addition, all assistant directors of the northern and eastern provinces have been instructed to coordinate with the officers in charge of all divisions and the fishing communities in this regard. The government urged authorities to take immediate action to prevent the destruction of a large number of vessels owing to this natural disaster. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watchlight, the water supply to several areas in Vattala is expected to be suspended from 10 a.m. tomorrow until 4 a.m. on Friday. Hekkita, Palliyavatta, Valyamuna Road, Balagala, Galagahaduwa, Maradana Road and part of the Alakanda and Hendala Road will be affected by the 18-hour water cut. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said the water cut will be imposed due to an upgrade in the pipeline system of the Hekkita Road. That came to in Watchlight. Moving on to a bulletin of world news in the headlines. COVID Pfizer vaccine approved for use next week in the US. Singapore approves lab-grown chicken meat. And Georgia election official says Trump inciting violence. The UK has become the first country in the world to approve the Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus vaccine for widespread use. British regulator, the MHRA, says the jab, which offers up to 95% protection against COVID-19 illness, is safe for rollout next week. Immunizations could start within days for those who need it the most, such as the elderly and vulnerable patients. The UK has already ordered 40 million doses, enough to vaccinate 20 million people. Singapore has given regulatory approval for the world's first clean meat that does not come from slaughtered animals. The decision paves the way for San Francisco-based startup Eat Just to sell lab-grown chicken meat. The meat will initially be used in nuggets, but the company hasn't said when they will become available. A U.S. state of Georgia election official has said President Donald Trump will bear responsibility for any violence that results from unsubstantiated election fraud claims he has stoked. In a fiery statement, Gabriel Sterling, a Republican, said, "It's all gone too far and it has to stop." Georgia is carrying out a second recount of votes in the state at the Trump campaign's request. Democratic President-elect Joe Biden was declared the narrow winner there. Back to the headlines of the world news. COVID Pfizer vaccine approved for use next week in the UK. Singapore approves lab-grown chicken meat. And Georgia election official says Trump inciting violence. That concludes this bulletin of world news, and on to development news. State Minister Dr. Nalaka Godaheva has signed MOUs recently to prevent marine pollution with private sector organizations. State Minister Dr. Godaheva urged companies to participate in awareness-creating initiatives to help prevent marine pollution. While thanking companies which have come forward to join hands with the Marine Environment Protection Authority, the State Minister said that more citizens and organizations will join this national endeavour. That's development news, and on to sports. The third one-day international of India's tour of Australia was played in Canberra. India won the match by scoring 302 for 5 wickets in 50 overs. Hardik Pandya was not out on 92. Australia was able to score only 289 in 49.3 overs. The ninth match of the Bangabandhu T20 Cup was played in Dhaka. Batting first, Fortune Barishal scored 108 for 8 wickets in 20 overs. Beximco Dhaka won by 7 wickets by scoring 109 in 18.5 overs. Mick Schumacher, the son of 7-time Formula One world champion Michael, has signed to race for Haas next season. The US-based team said the 21-year-old had signed a multi-year contract. He will partner Russian Nikita Mazepin, who was confirmed on Tuesday. Schumacher, a member of the Ferrari Driver Academy, leads the Formula 2 series going into this weekend's final round. That's sports news, business news up next.
Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The London Stock Exchange Group Sri Lanka was recognised for excellence in 7 categories at the recently concluded Sri Lanka Leadership Awards 2020. Within the brand leadership segment, it was celebrated in 3 different categories. They are brand excellence in the IT sector, effective use of marketing communications, and best use of social media in marketing. That's business news. We look at economic news next.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We're at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Sri Lanka has signed an agreement to receive a $400 million Asian development credit to develop education, providing skills for young people and changing teaching methods. The ADB Sri Lanka Resident Mission Country Director Chen Shen said they are pleased to partner with the government in its efforts to develop a knowledge-based economy and to address challenges facing the education sector in the COVID-19 pandemic. That's economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
On to the weather report. The Met Department says the cyclonic storm Buravi over the southwest Bay of Bengal was about 200 kilometers east-southeast of Trincomalee this morning. The system is very likely to move west-northwestwards and cross the northeastern coast of Sri Lanka between Trincomalee and Point Piju close to Mullaitivu around tonight. The cyclonic storm with a wind speed of 75 to 85 kilometers per hour, gusting up to 95 kilometers per hour, is very likely to move nearly westwards thereafter and emerge into the Gulf of Mannar. Intermittent showers or thundershowers will occur in the northern and northwestern provinces. Very heavy rainfall above 150 millimeters can be expected in some places. Showers or thundershowers at times will occur in the eastern, north-central, western, central and Sabragama provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. Heavy rainfall about 100 millimeters can be expected at some places. Strong gusty winds up to 70 kilometers per hour can be expected in the northern, north-central, northwestern, western, central and Sabragama provinces. Strong winds up to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected elsewhere. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The government says that it is prepared to face any disaster caused due to the cyclonic storm. Relevant sectors informed to take measures to minimize damage. The 3 armed forces are on standby to take immediate steps in the event of a disaster. The Buravi cyclonic storm is expected to make landfall through the northeast tonight. COVID Pfizer vaccine approved for use next week in the UK. And in cricket, India wins the 3rd one-day international against Australia. That concludes this bulletin of news, and now it's back to Prashant to keep you company for the next half hour or so. Back to you, Prashant.